Welcome to the Brand Wise podcast, where we talk about the big branding moves that business owners are making and the why behind it. I'm your host, Jess Freeman, here to help you be wise and be bold. Why is your competitor booking more clients, even if you know that you are better? I know that is a rough way to start a podcast, but before you start doom scrolling on Instagram or spiraling into like, I should go work at Starbucks, I want to break this down because more often than not, what I'm seeing is that the issue isn't your skills, it's your presence and your visibility and how you are presenting yourself. Yes, if you've ever felt like your competitor's website or branding or messaging just looks better, it's probably because it is. And that doesn't mean that they are better than you. I don't know who they are. It just means that they have set up their first impression in a way that makes potential clients say, oh, this is exactly what I need. So today we're going to talk about first impressions online, how your competitor's brand might be converting better, and the 3-second rule, which you may have already heard about. So let's start with first impressions. Now, we all know the classic saying, like, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. But when it comes to your website, I just want to tweak that to your website makes a first impression before you ever do. I mean, think about it. Before someone books a discovery call, maybe before they even slide into your DMs, before they even are maybe considering working with you, they're checking you out online. Maybe they found you on Google. Maybe someone recommended you and they typed your name into Instagram. Maybe they clicked a link from, a Facebook group. Wherever they landed, they made a snap judgment in probably 3 to 5 seconds. 3 seconds. And those 3 seconds, if they felt confused about what you do, if they felt overwhelmed by too much info, if they are uncertain if they can actually trust you, they're gone. They are clicking the back button. They're moving on. And I mean, you've probably done this too. You've been searching for a service, maybe a massage therapist, maybe lawn care, a business coach. And when you land on a site that's cluttered, unclear, slow, it looks sketchy. I've seen some sketchy lawn care websites out there. You're out. And it's not because that person isn't good at what they do. We might not even know if they're good or not. But it's because their website didn't give you confidence in their expertise. And that's what's happening to your potential clients too. And I mean, let's look at what this can actually mean. Let's say that your average client spends $150 with a session with you, or maybe $1,500 for a coaching package or your program, and just 5 potential clients per month clicked away instead of booking with you. That's $5,000 to $6,000 or more dollars per month that's gone. That's money you could be reinvesting into your business to hire an assistant, to expand your offerings and launch that online program, or even honestly, like save for a vacation. So instead, that money is going to someone else, a competitor who simply has a better online presence. And the most frustrating part for me is this is something you can fix. Clients aren't skipping over you because you're not good enough. They're skipping over you because they don't see you. What if your website was doing the heavy lifting for you, bringing in 5 more clients per month, freeing up more hours of your time because people, they know how to book with you, or they're not having to spend hours and hours DMing back and forth. Maybe it's helping you charge more because your website reflects your value. So I think the real question isn't, should I invest in my website? It's how much more am I willing to lose by not investing in it? Now, I want to move on to the next point It's going to involve us getting a little petty for a second, so I hope you're okay with that. Now, you know that competitor of yours, the one that you see who is booked out. They're constantly posting client wins and testimonials. Maybe they're ranking higher on Google. Maybe they got a publishing deal. It's not necessarily that they're better at what they do. I mean, they might be, but they might not. It's that they're better at positioning what they do. Let me say that again. They are better at positioning themselves online. So here's what they might be doing right. Their website, clear, professional. You instantly know who they help, how they help, what to do next. Their pricing is there. They show up on Google. They've put in the time and the effort for SEO. So when potential clients are searching for services and they're Googling their questions, they're right there. And they're very consistent in their brand message. Their social media, their website, and emails, they feel cohesive. Maybe they even have like a vibe and people trust that. Meanwhile, if your website is maybe a little outdated, it's cluttered, it doesn't matter how amazing your services are, no one will stick around long enough to find out. Unfortunately, we all judge a book by its cover. And I hate to break it to you, but if a potential client is choosing between, a very clean, modern website that looks like, a real professional business is behind this website, and one that feels messy, unclear, like it was last updated 6 or 7 years ago, they're going to pick the one that feels more updated. Because again, we judge a book by its cover, and perception equals trust. So how do you fix this? How do you make sure that your website is pulling people in instead of driving them away? That's where the 3-second rule comes in that I mentioned earlier. Within 3 seconds of landing on your site, someone should know who you help, how you help them, and what to do next. And if that isn't crystal clear, you've already lost them. So your homepage should do a lot of heavy lifting. It should really communicate that who you are, what you do. Like, I help busy women build strength and confidence through personalized fitness coaching. And then the who you help. Maybe there's another line or a heading somewhere that's like for women who are tired of restrictive diets and endless cardio. And then that clear next step. Book a free consult. Inquire now. Apply here. Whatever it is. The next thing you can do is make sure that your branding feels professional and aligned. Now, you don't need like a fancy logo or even over-the-top design, but you do need a consistent look and something that feels more elevated and professional. So that means the colors, the fonts, and the messaging that match your personality and your business. And then obviously the next thing we can fix is also your SEO. I know it sounds really technical. I know SEO might be overwhelming, but if your competitor is showing up on Google and you're not, that's a problem. Potential clients are searching for what you do. And if you're not optimizing your site, you're basically invisible. And then the last thing I want you to think about with your site is it should be easy to navigate, because no one wants to dig through a bunch of cluttered pages to figure out how to book you. We don't want to go through a maze or scavenger hunt. So if you've been nodding along this whole time thinking, yes, like I need help, I definitely think mine is more lackluster, let's talk. And I know that sometimes people think, well, but is it the website that's going to fix it? Maybe I need to do Instagram. Maybe I need to do this, do that. Now, I'm not saying that the website is going to fix every single one of your problems, but everything we do in marketing, or most everything, points back to your website. You're always asking people to DM you for the link to your sales page. Your emails are pointing people to the sales page. You're constantly sending people to the website. Or you might not. If you're embarrassed about it, if you cringe thinking about your website, then you might actually be actively avoiding people, sending people to your website. So in either case, you want to make sure that your website actually reflects who you are, what you do, and actually positions you as an expert. I recently posted on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you can go look. It's probably just a few posts back. One of my clients from last year, Melissa, just DM'd me that so far in 2025, she has made $10,000 directly from her website, meaning the contracts that she's landed, the opportunities that have come her way have been a result of SEO, from her clear messaging, from the very professional branding, and that the people that have reached out do not follow her on social media. They are not on her email list. They literally just found her and booked her. And if that is not evidence of a website that works for you, I don't know what is. And I work with trusted practitioners like you, health and wellness professionals who know they are good at what they do, but whose website isn't reflecting that. I'll make sure your website hooks potential clients. Obviously, I'm going to optimize it for SEO, but also to help build trust and conversions. I look at all of those pieces, and I'm going to help you position yourself as the obvious choice and not just another name. So you can check the link in the show notes to learn more about working with me. If you have questions, you can always DM me on Instagram, but that is it for today, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Are you a squiggle or a square? Go to jesscreatives.com/quiz to find out where your brand ends up and find out what a square or squiggle even means. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to leave a review or share it on Instagram, and tune in next week for another episode.